Alright, what's going on, guys? So the Modern Warfare Alpha is officially out. This is the first time we've ever actually had an alpha. Usually it's just a beta, but I kind of like the idea. You know, it's not really meant to showcase the full game, but more so just to give you a little taste, you know what I mean? Like, just put the tip in before you take the whole thing, you know what I mean? But I've put a good amount of time into the game already. I think I've played at least 50 matches or so, maybe closer to 100, I'm not really sure, but I feel like I've already experienced everything the alpha has to offer because, like I said, it is pretty limited, so I figured it's time to let you guys know my thoughts. So far there is only 3 maps in the game, although I do believe they're supposed to be adding at least one more map before the end of the weekend. But honestly, I don't want to talk about the maps too much because they don't really matter, because these are specifically made for this 2v2 game mode and they are incredibly small, so these aren't like the real maps that we're going to be playing when the game comes out or even in the beta. It's really not that important. That being said, I will say that Speedball is definitely my favorite of the 3 maps. That's like the paintball map. But yeah, it's not really something to talk about too much. So as far as gameplay is concerned, I think it feels pretty smooth. I know there was definitely a lot of concerns from the reveal and watching gameplay that people thought that it might be a little bit clunky or whatever. I personally have not felt that way, and I think most people that have actually played the game have not felt that way. Although, you know, I have still seen some people complaining, so I'm not really sure. But personally, I think it feels fine. I believe there was some concerns about people experiencing frame rate drops, specifically on Pine, the forest map. Although I do believe they've already addressed that, and they said that's just an alpha issue. That's not going to be an issue in the real game. So that's definitely good news. The game is definitely slower paced than Black Ops 4. It's not really just going to be people just like sliding around everywhere, just challenging everything. It's not really built like that. The slide mechanic is a little bit more towards Ghosts. Like in Ghosts, you know, you would slide, but you wouldn't slide into gunfights. Like, that's not really what sliding was used for. It was more so used for like getting around the map. It's a little bit more like that. The time to kill feels more like a normal COD. You know, it's a bit refreshing coming from Black Ops 4, where personally I just never enjoyed the increased health. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the gameplay aspect. From a mechanics perspective, everything felt fine to me, pretty normal as far as Call of Duty is concerned. The only other thing we can really discuss in detail is the weapons, because this game mode does not have any kill streaks, so we can't try those out. And I don't believe that you have any perks. If you do have any perks, they don't tell you, so I don't think you actually have any on your class. But as far as the weapons are concerned, obviously it's random, right? So you can't like make a class and put attachments on your gun and stuff, but if you play enough games of it, you will get a chance to try out all of the available weapons. So I have tried them all at least like once or twice. One thing I will say about the guns is they seem to have like a insane amount of recoil. I don't know if I was the only one who noticed that, but maybe like once the real game comes out and you can create a class, you can add some attachments on there that reduce that. But right now, like, all the guns like have an excessive amount of recoil. Not really something I was like complaining about. Like, it didn't really bother me that much, but it was pretty noticeable. I will put that out there. Now, as far as like the individual types of guns, for ARs, I thought the M4 was pretty good. The AK was pretty good. In my opinion, the FAMAS is the best AR, but I am biased towards, you know, burst weapons. I like them a little bit more, but it is really strong. You can get a lot of one burst with that gun. There's also an AUG, which I'm not sure if it's classified as an AR or an SMG, because in previous CODs it has been classified as an AR, but in this game it kind of feels more like a hybrid. It's not the greatest at super long range like you would expect from an AR, and it is actually pretty good close range. So I don't know, it feels more like a hybrid to me. I'm not sure what they classified it as, but it's a good weapon as well. They have an M14 if you like single fire guns. It's exactly like the one from Black Ops 1. The only AR I wasn't really feeling was the Odin. I don't know, like, I tried it single fire, I tried it full auto, didn't really like it. I don't know if you guys felt the same way. A lot of guns in this game have the option to switch between single fire and full auto, so I'm sure once like the full game comes out, people are going to figure out like some OP gun combination using single fire or something like that. As far as the SMGs are concerned, learned. I think the MP7 is the best one, pretty much exactly like the MP7 from MW3. Then we have the MP5 as well, which is very good, exactly like the MP5 that you're used to from like COD 4. Those are both like top tier SMGs. The LMGs are pretty strong, and you know, you're extremely slow like you would expect. They have the L86 from MW3 brought back again, and they have another LMG as well. They're both pretty typical of what you would expect from LMGs. I don't really know what to say about them. The shotguns are insane, man. They have extremely good range. You can get one-shots from pretty far away. They have one shotgun that's like the Olympia from Black Ops 1, so you can kind of get like a double shot out of it before you have to reload. But I don't know, I felt like they were pretty powerful, almost too powerful, I would say. Like the range on some of the shots you're able to get off with them is a little bit too far in my opinion. And then finally we have the snipers and the pistols. I think there was only one sniper, maybe two snipers if I'm not mistaken, in the entire alpha. I didn't really get an opportunity to use them very much. They didn't pop up that often for me. I don't know if you guys had that same experience, but you know, they felt like regular snipers. I don't have too much to say about them. And then the pistols, they have a Deagle, which is extremely strong, you know, pretty typical of a Deagle from like, you know, COD 4 or something. And they also have this other pistol, it's like the M19 or something. It is horrible. It is the worst gun in the game. You get it so much. I feel like I get that gun more than everything, because on some classes it's a secondary, and on other times you spawn in and that's your only gun. It is so horrible. Like, I'd rather pull out my dick and try to kill people with that than try to shoot them with this gun. It is that bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as guns are concerned. That's all the information you can really get from it, to be honest. Like I said earlier, it's not really meant to give you the full game experience. It's just the alpha, you know, it's just a little taste. And I have to admit, based off of what I've seen, I'm looking pretty positive towards it, you know. The no minimap thing didn't really affect me that much in this game mode because the maps are so tiny. I pretty much knew where the other team was at all times, and you know, I know where my teammate is at all times because the map is just that small. If you guys haven't played it, it's like half the size of Nuketown. So I don't think anyone can really judge the minimap situation off of this because it's just not really very relevant for this game mode. But from everything that I did get to experience, I did have fun. You know, I don't know how much I'm really gonna grind it out because there's really not that much to do. You know, you can't rank up and like unlock new guns and stuff or anything like that. My only goal was to just try out every single weapon and map that was available in the game, and once you've accomplished that, like, it kind of feels pointless to keep playing because, you know, you're not really playing for anything. So it's not like you need to learn the exact layout of these maps either or anything, because these aren't the maps you're gonna be playing when the real game comes out. But if they do add any more maps or hopefully any more guns as we progress through the weekend, I will definitely be checking that out. I'm definitely gonna keep playing a little bit more, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like when the beta comes out and I play that shit for like 8 to 12 hours straight non-stop, just like grinding. You know, it's not really that experience because it does get kind of old after a bit once, you know, you've already tried everything out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. For those of you that actually got a chance to play, let me know your opinions down below. You guys like it so far? Other than that, there's not really much else to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitter, links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
Find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right.